Hey everyone, I'm Josh. This is Josh at Nite. Tonight we get a chance to talk to TikTok influencer and dancer Grace Bresner. Grace breaks down how to make a viral TikTok video and even shows us a new move. Enjoy the show.
Hip Hop Hooray! Ho! Hey! Ho!
Welcome to the Josh at Night Show.
Welcome.
Thanks for coming to watch me talk to some pretty dope people. Grab a seat and some snacks.
Grab 'em.
Put up your feet and relax, cause there's nowhere else to go.
Hi, my name is
Josh, and this is my show.
My name
Don't
is
even
Josh,
think about
and
touching
this is
that
my
remote.
show.
Hi, my name is
Josh, now you got your snacks, so sit back, chillax, and enjoy the show.
Enjoy it.
Grace, how are you?
I'm well. How are you, Josh? Thank you for having me tonight.
I'm doing very well. We're happy to have you and excited to get into the conversation. I'm really interested to learn more about TikTok. That's what this episode is all about. At least for me personally, TikTok has exploded over the past year, especially. And maybe we can get into that. We'll start with TikTok. How did you get into TikTok?
Well, I first got into TikTok because my friends were pushing me to download the app after it became TikTok. It was first originally Musically, where it was mostly just face videos and I guess you could say point of views, but definitely in a way different sense. So I downloaded TikTok and then I kind of just started posting the content that I wanted to see on a channel. And my first video that actually blew up and got my channel kind of started, it was this dance that I came up with to a very just interesting song, and it got over 100,000 views within the 24 hours, and that was kind of
Uh-huh.
like my jump start, and I was impressed, and I was like, wow, this is kind of cool.
Okay, no, that's awesome. I think my biggest takeaway from that answer is that you were creating something that you wanted to see on the platform. And what is that specifically? What did you want to see on the platform? The type of content that you currently create?
More dancing, a lot. I
Mhm.
wanted to take the app in a different direction than what it was, I guess, originally made for, which was just
Mhm.
like straight face videos. So I
Okay.
wanted to bring like my own style into the platform and just show that off. So
Yeah, and listen, it's working. You have close to 1 million followers last time I checked, and dancing is definitely, I feel like, one of the main types of content you see on TikTok today.
absolutely.
So you have nearly 1 million followers. I'm sure you'll reach the threshold sooner rather than later. What does it mean to you to have that many followers in the platform that you've been able to create yourself? Because it's a huge opportunity, but also a huge responsibility.
Absolutely. My platform, it just makes me proud, and it continues to remind me how far I've come and how much I've worked for to like keep this platform and get the opportunity to have this platform. It is a really big responsibility, and it also is a responsibility to always keep yourself in check and always keep yourself like making sure that you're giving the people who gave you this platform what they want to see. And since
Mhm.
I started out dancing, I don't think I'll ever change my way of originally getting the platform, just making it better and trying to improve myself any way possible.
I think what I want to get to next, we talked about this, and this isn't in the primary list of questions that I gave you, but how do your parents feel about you being on TikTok? I know we spoke about that briefly.
Absolutely. My mother and my father, they're both fully supportive, even if they don't really like know the full aspect of it. My mother's the parent who's pretty involved with my social media activity and my social media life, so she's always watching out for, the comments, like the actions people take from my account. She'll
Uh-huh.
look through my DMs with me. Like it's a very open relationship. She knows like 95% everything that goes on with concerns to me, and I'll
Uh-huh.
try and let her know everything that's going on with like the social media app itself, because even though she knows everything about my account, she's still trying to understand really like the social media aspect of it. Like she doesn't even know how to post a TikTok.
So do you have there ever been any moments where it's like, hey, I need my mom to step in and
Yeah.
help me with this. I'm not sure how to do. Can you give us any examples or any stories?
Yeah, so Sugar Bear Hair, one of the companies I work with,
Uh-huh.
actually wanted my mom to be in a video for like a sleeping to promote the sleeping vitamins, because
Uh-huh.
it was a narrative, and it was someone should say like we need these gummies, like I need to sleep. So I mean my mother and I, we live together, so I was like, Mom, you got to be in this TikTok, and mom was absolutely open for it.
Uh-huh.
Maybe not at night, or like maybe when she's like, no, stop, Grace, I don't look good, but most of the
Uh-huh.
time she'll like fully support. If I'm like, Mom, I need you to be in this TikTok, she'll be in the TikTok.
No, that's great. I think it's awesome to have that support. How does your dad feel about it, your father?
So my dad looks at it in a very meticulous way. So he'll always
Uh-huh.
ask me, like randomly. It's never like, "Hey, like what's your following count today?" It's always, "How many likes do you have now?" And since the number of likes is pretty large, I'll be like, "I have 23.2 million likes." And he'll be like, "Wow, that's great." And I'm like, "Thanks, Dad." But that's
Yeah.
like that's the likes. He's
Hmm.
like, yeah, that's really good for likes. Again, doesn't really understand it, but is like fully supportive in the way that he can be. So
Yeah,
it
no, I
makes
think
me
it's
happy.
that's important.
Exactly. And as long as there's that little, at least that small connection, you can like have an interaction about it. So that's what matters most to me.
Absolutely. I think one thing that I would be concerned with if I were a parent, and this has been a topic of controversy and just a hot button topic when it comes to TikTok, is kind of the sexualization of TikTok and the dances, and you have underage individuals dancing what some people would consider provocatively. How do your parents feel about that? What's your stance on that? I know we had some conversation about that earlier this week.
Yeah, so I've been in the dance industry my entire life. I've basically been born into being a dancer. Like no other sports have really crossed my path that like have just given me the life and full involvement that I want out of an extracurricular. So, dance is a very risque thing. You're constantly
Hmm.
doing moves that, like, some people who don't understand the art form are going to be like, well, that's really inappropriate. And I guess TikTok with its dances, yeah, some movements are risque, but if you're doing them with a tasteful mindset and you're trying to just like embody the art that it is, I
Hmm.
like it can't be taken in the wrong way unless you want it to be taken in the wrong way. So if you're going to dress a certain way, like I understand obviously it's respect the body no matter what. Some
Hmm.
people on TikTok are choosing to put out content with that this like they want to almost not want to, but
They're embracing the
they're
sexuality
embracing
or the sexualization for
absolutely.
likes, and more power to them. I think use the
Absolutely.
platform however you see fit, as long as you're respectful, really not harming others.
Exactly. And so in that aspect, if you're doing it for that way, do you. But if you're going to take it in the art form and do those movements, also do you. It's
Hmm.
just I feel like a lot with TikTok it's a matter of perspective, and some people no matter what you do, there will be people who are like, "Oh, she shouldn't be doing that because she's only 17 years old, or she shouldn't be doing that because this move is too risque."
Hmm.
I personally like I do what I would do on a stage. I put out to
Hmm.
my followers what I would be able to gladly perform in front of an audience of 1,000 people. It's
Hmm.
nothing that I post I feel is overly sexual or
Uh-huh.
overly like inappropriate, provocative, whatever you want to say. I'm very confident in what I post. And even if TikTok has a very strict guidelines now ever since that they've redone their whole not their whole platform, but like started
Hmm.
taking their community guidelines very seriously. If they feel that the video is inappropriate, they just won't post it.
Hmm.
And then that's just kind of like a signal to you, okay, well, what can I change different? Because since I'm not 18 yet,
Hmm.
they have the minor safety controls on for me.
Hmm.
So if they believe it's inappropriate, okay, what can I change to make it not?
Have you ever
I
had videos blocked by TikTok?
all the time. All the
Really?
time. Oh,
So where do they
yes.
draw? Where do they draw the line? How do you know? What are the guidelines?
So no one actually truly knows the guidelines. They just give you
Hmm.
a notification whenever it's like new. They'll say a new system of notification. The community guidelines have been updated. Please take a look.
Hmm.
Gigantic lists that you just click accept to. You don't really
Hmm.
go through it. Once, if you're okay, bikinis on TikTok are a no-no if you're under 18. They will
Okay.
monetize that video. They will not let you post it. They'll put it
hmm
under minor safety and no one will
hmm
be able to see it and it will get blocked by TikTok.
Okay.
Even if you're not even moving, if you're just in a swimsuit and TikTok thinks it's inappropriate, they won't post it.
Yeah.
95% of my content has to go under review before I post it.
hmm And
That's
that's
just how
reviewed
it
by
is.
TikTok. That's not even just considering the
Yeah.
companies that you're working with or the artists that you're working with.
And so many companies understand how TikTok works because if
hmm
TikTok doesn't like something, not going to post. That's why I always take to Instagram on my stories to post
hmm
the content that doesn't actually get up so that it can still go out there. Because again, I'm putting my heart and soul into what I'm going to put out there. I want people to see it. So I'm going to use like my social media platforms to their advantage.
No, absolutely. I think you touched on a couple of big things there. One, you're creating content that you enjoy creating, that you feel comfortable creating. You're kind of doing this for yourself, and really, the beginning of your TikTok journey was all about creating content that you wanted to see on the platform. And I think that's
Exactly.
been a trend with the creators that I've talked to on Josh at Night specifically. At the end of the day, or the beginning of the day and end of the day, you're creating for yourself and being true to yourself. Uh, I think that's what's most important. Something else that you also mentioned earlier in our phone call earlier this week was the kind of community that you've been able to be a part of, the community of influencers. How has that been for you to kind of have this rise in fame on TikTok, with nearly 1 million followers, and then having access to, some legitimate A-list celebrities?
It's rewarding in every way, and
hmm
my younger self always just is like in the back of my mind like proud of you because I'm I'm now speaking with companies I used to buy from. I used to buy their clothes and now I'm getting sent them for free, or like I'm promoting products that I use in my daily life
Do
that
you
the
have any
company is like,
examples?
oh yeah, I have examples. I love Sugar Bear Hair. I used to buy their hair vitamins before I even
Uh-huh.
had a partnership with them. This candle right here, funny story. I just signed a little partnership with them. It's a little
Okay.
horoscope candle.
Okay.
Um, just makeup brands. I worked with Wet and Wild on one of their new
Mhm.
mascaras. Just
Okay.
random products that like you I would consider a necessity in my life. The ability to collab with the companies and like the CEOs of the companies. It's just a whole new opening, and that not even just the companies itself but the people you meet. All of these people who I used to look up to and used to just follow, when they finally follow you back and finally start just talking to you,
Mhm.
it's just a crazy feeling because you're like, oh my gosh, like you're recognizing me now as a creator as I recognize you as a creator. So the kind of like the mutuality and like just the friendship back is awesome. That's just the bottom line of it.
No, I think that is incredible. One, for you to be able to support and partner with brands that you genuinely believe in, that you were using before you're able to amass, a large amount of followers. It's things that you really believe in, and I think if as someone who would follow you, to see you promote a product, knowing that you personally believe in it and use it, that makes you even more valuable to companies that might pay for you to advertise on their behalf. Something I want to talk about, maybe get back a little to, we talked about the sexualization. We talked about some of the hate that you might receive. How do you deal with that when people say, "Hey, you're not really, dancing, or you're not, you're using your body to get X, Y, and Z." Something that we talked about earlier in the week, I know I'm referencing our earlier conversation, was the amount of work that goes into this. Like, you're a legitimate, professionally trained dancer, and something that I respect about dancers is sort of the intersection between art and sport. Could you talk about that a bit? I know that's not a, yeah, that would be great for you to talk about how you deal with the hate and really how much work goes into what we see on the screen.
Absolutely. So, talking about hate, there's only been one video that I've really received like a lot of hate on, and it was an improvisation that I did to a song. I think it was called Same Love by Macklemore. And
Okay.
it was during the beginning of the Black Lives Matter protests, and it was an
Hmm.
improv like dedicated to it. Now,
Hmm.
in the comments, a lot of people were like, "She's not really dancing. Like, what even is this? Is she's
Hmm.
making fun of the movement?" First of
Hmm.
all, when I like woke up and saw all that, hey, I couldn't bear it because I would never make fun of a movement. Me dancing is showing my support because that's what I've trained and put all of my like life into. When you're dancing, you're expressing your innermost emotions and you're expressing your feelings. There's a certain point where the athleticism that you put into training for all of your hard dancing and all the hard movements, it has to cease to like show so that the true art of the dancing looking polished and light and effortless, it has to come through. But some people don't understand that, and I constantly get the comment like, you have way too much energy, like calm down. I wish, like, it's honestly, it's not energy, it's just doing and performing so often to your fullest potential that even you're like not so much potential, because even though I'm putting hard work into TikTok, it's a 15-second dance, and compared to what I normally do, they're pretty
Hmm.
relaxed. It's like all in the
Yeah. So
same
what
movement.
what's the, could you elaborate on that? What's the difference between dancing on
Oh,
TikTok and dancing on stage?
yeah, so dancing on TikTok is a lot of the upper body. It's a lot of
Hmm.
like hand movements, like they like the fast hand motions.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes there's some footwork TikToks, but like if you're not using your hands, you're just using your feet. Or like if you're just using
Uh-huh.
your hands, you're not using your feet.
Hmm.
Regular dances, you're using your entire body at the exact same time. You get no
Yeah.
breaks, and it's way longer than just 15 seconds. It's like
Hmm.
a minimum of 2 minutes and 15 seconds you're dancing for.
Hmm.
So just that's pretty much it about like the difference between TikTok
Yeah, I mean,
dancing.
it makes sense. You have an entire stage as opposed to the stage being the screen of a cell phone.
Exactly. So I try and perform. I keep my dancing the same as if I'm
Hmm.
going full out on a stage or I'm on my phone. And people will like that. People like my energy. It's gotten me nearly 1 million followers, but people also don't like my energy, and they don't like how energetic I look or how full out I'm doing it. I need to take it down a notch. But that's just me as a performer and me as a dancer. I'm just a very out there person.
Yeah, no, I think, and to your point that you made throughout the conversation, you're not doing it for them as much as you're doing it for yourself. You're doing it for the people that value your work and your performances on TikTok and beyond. And I think that's what's most important is kind of letting the naysayers say what they're going to say without giving them their due as much as
Absolutely.
it really enjoying what you do
Yeah.
and having that be the motivation behind what you're doing. So I want to get into this now. Maybe if you could give the viewers, I'm really asking for myself, maybe some tips. You mentioned like the hand movements, and you got the shoulders, and how do you give us some? What are your top 5 tips to
All
make a viral TikTok dance?
right. Okay, so from my personal experience,
Uh huh.
the first thing that will get you a viral dance is the beginning. You
Okay.
need to have something that's going to attract in followers to keep watching your video. That
You got to
first
hook them.
swipe, you better do something that's catching their attention so they stay on that video. The
Okay.
second thing is location and background do matter. So I have a pretty busy room, as you can
Uh
see.
huh.
That's kind of my on brand thing. People know me for all of my little posters in the back, and like they know me for the setup of my room. When I switch up
Okay.
locations, it's always a comment. And
Hmm.
anytime a video has blown up, it's always with either a very plain white background or like an interesting background that followers like during the video can look and be like, "Oh, hey, that's a really cool poster in the background."
Okay.
So, third
Hook, background, location. Okay.
yes. So, the third is what you're wearing.
Oh,
So,
okay.
This is weird because TikTok will post you looking at your worst. Like a recent video that I just did blew up, got 1 million views. I'm wearing a bright orange sweatshirt with
Uh-huh.
sweatpants. I literally just rolled out of bed. But then
Uh-huh.
another TikTok dance that I'm doing, I'm looking like full glam. I'm
Uh-huh.
completely dressed up. So outfit, would I say it matters? Yeah, but you got to either catch that really weird side of TikTok or like you got to look really beautiful on that side of TikTok.
Uh-huh.
Then you have to bring to the table, this is my fourth step. You have to bring to the
Okay.
table something that TikTok hasn't seen before. You're most likely
Novelty.
getting
Okay.
on the For You page and blowing up because there's something different about your video that you're doing. So, whether that be like a new movement, whether it's a new challenge, or like you're using a different sound that no one's heard of before, if something is so drastically different, people will notice it and they will get attention.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing I'd say is that like your captions, you don't
Captions.
have to do 1 million hashtags. You don't have to make any specific captions. The
Mm-hmm.
ones that are funny and in relation to the video always will blow up for some form of like looking at the comment, looking at the video context. If you have a header on your video, like TikTok provides you these little headers that you could like put at the front of the video that will
Okay.
tell your followers what you're getting yourself into.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes people like that. Sometimes that gets used on the For You page. Depends. TikTok's algorithm is just so weird and unpredictable. Like, you don't even know if you're going to get on the For You page, but those are my personal tips. So I hope they
Okay.
help you.
Yeah, no, quick review. You have to have the hook.
Gotta have the
Your
hook.
your background slash location is important. What you're wearing is important.
Yes.
And then what was the fourth one again?
The fourth one was it has to be something different. Nothing seen before.
Something different. And then the fifth one
It's all about
was the
your
caption.
captions. Yes.
All about the captions. All right, so maybe we can do a demonstration here. What's a simple hand movement that you do most often on your dances? Like, so what can we do like to start off? Right, we
All
start
right.
off with the hand. All right,
So
all right,
you have your right
all right.
hand. You're
Right
gonna
hand,
throw
boom,
this up, and then you're
up.
gonna drop it down right away, and you're kind of gonna lean in the opposite direction. Yeah.
Okay,
Up,
like that.
down. Oh, yep.
Down,
Up, down.
up,
Okay.
down.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Now you're taking this
Okay,
hand, left hand,
this hand. Yep.
and you're gonna cross it as soon as
Oh,
this one goes up, this one goes down in opposition, and then it's gonna come across. You're gonna grab it and you're gonna hit.
hit. Oh, my dog wants to. Rafi wants to say hi. Rafi, say
Right?
hello, Rafi. All right, man. I'm trying to dance, dude. All right, so we got up, down, up,
Down
cross. Okay,
at the
okay, down.
exact same time. This is
Okay.
called the whoa. Up,
Oh, whoa.
whoa.
Up. Okay. Up. Whoa. Is that
Yeah.
it? Well, we got to. I appreciate you, Grace. I appreciate your grace, Grace.
Thank you.
I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna try to do a little dance, and then we'll see how it comes out. I'll let you know. But I want to thank you so much for your time and the knowledge that you shared, your experience. I know the viewers are gonna kick out of this. But everyone, this has been Grace Bresner, TikTok influencer, choreographer, professional dancer. Thank you so much, Grace. Where can we
Thank
find
you
you on
so much.
TikTok or Instagram, your social media?
My social media is my full name. It's Grace Bresner, Bressner, and that's pretty much all of my platforms. That's Instagram, that's Snapchat, that's TikTok, that's YouTube. That's my handle, Grace Bresner. That's all. Thank
Cool. Everyone,
you so
Grace
much for
Bresner.
having me tonight.
Yeah, thank you, Grace, and we'll talk to you soon. Hey everyone, I'm Josh Martin, and you just watched an episode of Josh at Night. If you liked what you saw, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, share your thoughts in the comments. There's a new episode dropping soon. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please feel free to show us some love by giving us a thumbs up, leaving a comment, or even subscribing. New episodes of Josh at Night are dropping every Saturday at noon.